Good evening, everybody. I'm making a sort of special video today, a second special video. So I wore my original Kenzo, and I'll talk about that in a minute too. I mentioned I wanted to go over my collection tonight, talk about how I acquired my collection, and that most of them are rack stores or discounters, and it goes good with the shirt because I said this video is prompted by two things. Two. I'll just mention these two. One is there's somebody I follow named Olivia Olfactory, and I think she has like 35,000 followers on TikTok. I don't know how many she has on Instagram. I do follow her there. I don't know if she's on YouTube. I don't know how long she's been collecting or how long she's been a reviewer influencer. But she is a reviewer influencer, so I want to get that out there. And she has 35,000 people who follow her. And she made a video about 2 weeks ago, and she wanted to be transparent with the people that follow her. Because, and this is me, I have very minimal people follow me. Less than 100 in various places that actually, pay attention. So anyway, but she has a lot more than that. So she wanted to be transparent because she felt somewhat socially responsible. I'm sure a lot of people that have are bigger audiences. Not a lot. No, I'm not gonna say a lot. I shouldn't say that. I know some of these people, and I know they probably feel somewhat socially conscious. That because I feel that way too. When somebody says, I'm buying this because you recommended it, I'm like, I didn't recommend it. Oh, whoa, because I don't do that. But they actually do. They're reviewers. They want to be influencers. They want to get what they call content out there, and they want to show you their love. But they also want to, get you to buy stuff. And but I think even them, some of them, I know some of them, and I think they sometimes feel, that hey, there's these people that can't afford it. They're looking at my big collection, and they don't understand how I got my collection, and maybe they're doing something more than they probably should. So that's what one thing that prompted me. The other thing that prompted me was a friend of mine from Kensington, an original Kenzo like me. We grew up together, and in this original Kenzo, you see there's a pair of Chucks there on a power line, and I grew up wanting to get a pair of Chucks that I had to work my own money to get, selling pretzels in a factory and shining shoes and all that. So that was my age, and so I do know the value of money. And smelly water is probably a waste of money, in that regards. And that's why I really wasn't into fragrances, so much. Anyway, I am into fragrances now. So this friend of mine, she's on my my Facebook group, the Spritz Pal Fritz. And she just, she came right out and asked me, she's like, hey, you getting paid to do this? And if you're not, why not? You should be getting paid. Look at all these videos you make for all those people. You're like great advertising for them. La, 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 la. And she was right. She's right. And if I was one of those people I mentioned that is an influencer or a reviewer, an expert, who is intentionally trying to do that, but who puts in the time and effort, their own valuable time and effort to do that. Me, I don't put any time and effort into these videos. I spray it on, come down, hit record, and usually I get it the first time. Today I got it 6 times, but it takes no time and effort for me to make these. I don't edit them. I don't do anything. The people that are influencers and making money off it, they do put a lot of time into this, a lot of time. And they should make money or be compensated in some manner for their content. It's free advertising. I don't look at what I do as advertising, so that's that. But I did want to say, even though I have very little people that watch my videos, I've received some free stuff. I received these 2 things. I think I got them from Fragrance Net, but you would have gotten them from Fragrance Nets too. They were just packed into my order, and they're actually a pretty good company, Michael Malal. And I got 2 samples of that. I've never opened them, never tried them. Then that was from Fragrance X, I think I got those. From Fragrance Net, I got a whole box full of these. They're called Exceptional Because You Are, and I don't even know who makes them. I tried them on once, but I looked them up, Fragmatic, and anyway, I got those. I hand them out. And then there's a few other things I got. The other one I got was 3 from Gallagher, And I think he would have put them in anybody's. You know, he put this one in my first one, and he put these two in my second one. He even threw another one of these in for Miss Floss, I guess. And, you know, they're just samples. They're probably $7 samples. If you order them from him, it didn't cost so much to throw them into my thing. And I'll talk more about samples in a minute. And then Happy Land, on my first order, they sent me one called Cripple Creek into my order, and I was real happy. I made a video about that. And then the only other thing of value I got wasn't actually, well, a friend of mine in the community, and I talked about this, he said I won his, you know, his, I don't know, special giveaway. And he sent me some from Perfumology in Philadelphia. And I thought he was just sending me the Perfumology Discovery set, but he also put in like 5 juice boxes. And when I got that order, I found out he paid for all that. You know, his name was on there as the thing, and it was charged to him. And then near guy who runs Perfumology, he threw 2 more juice boxes in there and one Ormond James. And I've made videos on them, I think. And so, you know, the value of the 3 that near guy sent me would probably be about 21 bucks. I'm just saying 7 as a baseline for a, you know, 2 ml sample. And, you know, the value of the things that the other member, you know, person sent me was probably about 60 bucks. But I have since paid that person back. so you know, I found my own way to pay them back, because I really don't want any type of compensation for making these, because I don't. That's not the purpose of it. I make these for my grandkids, just as I say I do. They're just being made so when my grandkids see all this, and maybe one of them develop a, you know, a love of fragrances, no matter what time of their life, they understand it a little bit, and they understand where they got it from. That being said. Those 2 parts I wanted to get out. But I wanted to tell you more about that part about, you know, being socially conscious and all. You know, not only did my friend from Kensington mention that I should be compensated and all that, but, you know, and she said, if you're not, then what'd you do? Hit the lottery? You know, how are you buying all that stuff? And so that's the other part I want to say, and that's the important part. It took me 3 years to do this, and I look at it like people who collect glass figurines, or somebody collects coins, or somebody collects Disney stuff, or Coca-Cola stuff, or whatever you collect. That's what it is. It's a distraction, but it's a love too. I actually found out I like fragrances, and not only do I just like them and don't want. I want to know all about them. I want to know why I like them and what they smell like and what da 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 da. That's Miss Floss says Rain Man. That's what she says. She calls me Rain Man. So anyway, I want to know all, you know, why I like it, what makes this one smell so good, what makes that one smell different but still so good, and la 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 la. So that is where my collecting comes in, you know. And but you know, I learned real quick that you could really go broke if you just bought fragrances at the price that they're sold in department stores at Macy's or something. I wouldn't own all those, that's for sure. That would be way, way, way too much money. So you have to learn. And some reviewers are really good at that. Ross from TLTG, you know, he has a million cheap videos out there. He calls them cheapies. I don't really like that word, but I know what he means. Inexpensive in price, not in quality. But yeah, he has a million of those, how to do this on the cheap. And you know, he has a video out there showing you how to discount shop, all the discount sites, and then other ones do it too. Even Chris from Best Brands, he talks about it, like how to do it on eBay, how to know what the two to trust, and all these people. You know, not only do I not have the money to have a collection, but most of the people you're watching do not have the money to have a collection. You know, so they figure out how to do that. They're working people too. So. And so for me, the way to do it was through rack stores. A lot of that. The bottom 3 are mostly rack stores. The top ones are, you know, a little more expensive, but they're from discounters too. I got one there called Y. It's right in the middle. It's worth $100. That little bottle. It's a little bottle, and that's what Sephora would have sold it to me for, but they sold it to me for $0. And they did that because I bought the Christmas. Well, Miss Frisk bought the Christmas gift set. And that was like $69, so really it was $69. And then they threw in 10 samples in that thing of all kinds of ones that I wanted to smell anyway. And then when I got a coupon there to redeem for any bottle in there, and that was the most expensive one, but it was also the one I wanted most. So I said, I'm going to grab that one. And that's the one I grabbed, and that's, so I got it for $69 and change, and it's $100 value. So, that's one way of doing, doing it less. And I'm telling you, from those 3 racks down, I don't think there's anything in there that I paid, and some of them are good fragrances, that I paid more than $40, $45 for, and most of them under $25. And even above that, some of them I didn't pay over $50 for. So yeah, I mean, there's ways of buying discount, and there's ways of really spending your money. And I do have some over there, some other bottles. But the other thing when I do videos and people say, I also have these, and these are called travel decants. And so that's another way of, I don't really care about the bottles. I don't want to display bottles. I have too many bottles now. I just care about the scent. So a lot of times I'll buy these. And these usually run $20 or less. Or I'll buy a sample like this, and that's really all I need. I just want to smell the scent. So, that's another way I do it, another way you could do it. And there are different people, different things that different people collect for. This whole fragrance thing, there's a lot of different ways people collect and reasons why. Some people, they want to collect all the high-end stuff, and that's fine. They can afford it, and that's what they want to do. Some people like me, they just want to smell all the stuff they can smell and try to figure out why it smells good. And others are doing it because they want to be influencers. They have to have a lot to make them videos, and they have to know a lot. So there's all kinds of different reasons people do it. And for me, it's just I really love the scent. And one last thing on that, I started 3 years ago, but prior to 3 years ago, my friends and family would say, you were doing stuff that may have been unproductive compared to this. They think this is unproductive. They would have thought, that was because I got caught up in all the politics and all that, and la 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 la, and this actually helped me because I got something that got my interest that I share with a bunch of people around the world who had the same interests, and I see us as just common fragrance lovers, and it actually helped me. It actually helped me get rid of all that outside stuff and that the world's all gone through. And that's one of the reasons I say pray for peace and be kind, because prior to doing this, I found other reasons to get on there and make long videos like this or rant. I didn't make videos, but boy, could I rant. So, as you know, I could rant. So anyway, that's what I wanted to get in. I wanted to explain that what I do. I'm not an influencer, so I don't, I shouldn't get compensated. I don't want compensation. But there are people who are, and they actually do put in much, much, much more time, energy, and all of that into their videos. And they should be compensated, and they are. And the people that are independent fragrance, smaller fragrance houses, they know who those people are. They know them. And they do compensate them in certain ways. And bigger houses, they don't even care about those people because they go to Johnny Depp, So they don't get bottles of Chanel or something, but a little independent place like Gallagher, Happy Land, or maybe even something else smaller. They will sort of not compensate them, but they'll give them something to say, can you do a review on this? And you don't have to. If you don't like it, don't. They're not forced on them. So they do get some, and that's what's in Olivia Olfactory's video. She shows the amount of free stuff she got in that manner. And it's, in a way, I wouldn't think it's free. I would think that she's helping them and they're helping her. So with that, I'm going to end this. It's pretty long. So pray for peace. Have a nice day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.